Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The main reason women go for bad men, the main reason. And you know, me, I don't usually go in on the women, but I gotta point this out. And I don't keep y'all in suspense long. The main reason is they want to. They want to go for bad men. And the reason I thought about even doing this video, this car video, because I follow different people on IG. There's this woman I follow, and she be telling the women some things. I follow her and her husband. Her husband for different reasons, though. He don't really be talking much. He be selling some products. I'm a businessman or businessman. Anyway, I was listening to some of the stuff this woman was saying, and she shouldn't go for a particular man, talking about, this man got this problem and this man got this problem. But I'm like, hold up. First of all, telling these women that ain't really working. I'm going to tell you something, and I peeped this decades ago. Like, when women complain about a player, they knew he was a player when he walked in the room. They'll say, how come that player played me? And I would tell them straight up. I looked them in the eye and tell them, I said, you knew he was a player when you met him. Women know. Women know for whatever reason. And they'll use whatever excuse, say, well, my daddy was a player. And that could play a role in there. That does play a role, but sometimes women go for a guy for whatever. That guy ain't nothing like their daddy. That guy ain't nothing like their daddy. Just like guys that go for a woman who ain't nothing like his mama. They be like going for different men and bad men who are toxic, because they want to. That man ain't holding a gun to their head. And indeed, what you always say, women choosing the men. They chose that man. That man didn't hold a gun to their head. And a lot of times that man didn't have any great game or great mouthpiece or something like that. They chose that man for whatever reason because they want him. Now, I know some women will try to go talk about some deep psychological shit, but really that's just not taking accountability for their actions. And the reason why I'm even talking about that, there's plenty of good guys out there. And I don't mean any simps or dorks. You got all these women, they be getting online talking about they want a man with 6 figures and whatnot, right? 6 figures. And they want him to be a certain height and all of those things. They can find those men. And I challenged a woman on it one time. I remember a woman, and this is a woman I wanted to get with. She didn't want to get with me, though. But I wanted to get with. And she was like, oh, this is short your man. I said, okay, how many men do you know who are single? And she was like, 5. How many you want to get with? Honestly get with? She said 2. There's not a shortage. They be saying whatever. Look, man, I gotta call the women out on this one. There's plenty of good guys out there. Now, I understand if you don't want to get with some weak-ass man or some dork man or a man not doing anything. Okay, I can get that. But there are plenty. Let me say that again. There are plenty of good men out there who will be providers, who will take care of the woman, who will even make love to them right. There's plenty of those guys out there. Because contrary to popular belief, a good man, he can stroke a woman just as good as a bad man. But they be coming up with all those excuses why they want the bad man. Because, here's why I would say they be using excuses. They know the man is bad, but they say a challenge. They want to change him. They know what's up. You get some of these church women know that dude ain't about the church or anything, but they want to challenge of bringing him in. Or they know that dude is a player. You got some women just on some straight up player tamers. They ain't gonna go for a guy unless he a player. They ain't gonna go for a guy unless other women are going for him. And let me talk about that for a second. This is how you know some of them on some bullshit. Because they knew that guy was a player. He probably told them he was a player. They knew he was bad from the get-go. They still go for him. So hold up. But then they'll have a good guy who got all the stuff that they publicly say they want. And they know they want. But see, they keep coming up with motherfucking excuses. Fuck all that shit. And like I said, this ain't for like just some dorky dudes out here ain't doing shit. Or some dudes ain't got anything going on. There's plenty of good guys out there who got plenty of money. Shoot, they hitting body game. Then there's a whole lot of guys out there. They got something going on with their lives. Shoot. They got houses. They'll talk to the woman. They got everything a woman say she want. But sometimes a woman, they come up with excuses why they can't deal with that guy. But really what it is with the women ain't right within themselves. And I actually saw something written by a woman. And this was written by a woman decades ago. It was in one of those magazines. And she was saying she finally met the man who had all the stuff she wanted. She met him. But then she realized what it was within her. Like if you get all the, and tell this to any woman that you know complain. If they keep running into bad guys, they got to look within. Now, it could be their daddy, or it could be their challenge, or it could be, I don't know, it ain't always their daddy. Because, look, and I know, I got to call this out because, I love Miss Mocha Angel to death, but I got to call this out because she was talking about that in the last car video. And that's some real shit. But I met some women who had good men for fathers, and they still went for somebody bad. And yeah, there could be a situation where the man is bad, but where the father is bad. Yeah, you do have those situations, but sometimes they go for the total opposite any damn way. But whatever the case, whatever the situation, these women got to really look at themselves. They really got to look at themselves and take accountability. Oh yeah, it's that dirty word. Just want to be that innocent victim. Man, screw all that. When they get, like I said, when they get with these bad men, that bad man ain't holding a gun to their head. Shoot, a lot of times that bad man might not know anything. That bad man don't always got like that great game or that great mouthpiece. Like I said, that's something I learned early. They be going for a player or a dog and know the dude a player or a dog. But it's something about him. It's something about him. I don't know. Maybe he fine or something. He a challenge. I mean, I had, like that challenge thing, I've had several women say that. Say, hold up. If you knew he was a player, you knew he was a dog, why are you going for him? And the women would say, oh, he's a challenge. He's a challenge. And you meet their fathers ain't totally like that. Like I went out with this one woman. And her father, her mother was the dominant one in their relationship. And the guys she would deal with, including myself, we were totally opposite of her father. But she still wanted to go out. She still wanted to go out. I remember that. Because I remember her father. Her father had been a teacher. One of my teachers when I was 7th and 8th grade. And he was just a weak man. So she wasn't going for anybody like him. Shoot, her mother, like I said, her mother was a dominant one. And there's a lot more to it. See, one thing, and this is something I talked about last week too, there's a lot of little stuff. Oh yeah, something I said real quick. Because I said something last week about and this is a tangent, but a beautiful woman going for just some big old country dude or hominy greed eating dude. Dude, unless you know about some deeper aspects of relationships, deeper aspects of metaphysics, talk about personality types, deeper psychology, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Seriously, you're not messing with me on that. Instead of just pay attention. Just pay attention. You got some dumbass motherfuckers. Don't say shit. Don't come on here saying shit. Because shit, you don't want to mess with me on different things. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you what though. You get these women, they want this, they want that. Man, screw all that bullshit. And I do mean that bullshit. They know when they dealing with a guy, they know he bad. Like I said, you got a lot of women. They want to change the man as a challenge, or maybe he cute or something, or maybe a bunch of other women getting them and they competing with the other women. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, but they know he bad. And if you really check with, if you really talk with them, there's some good men in their circles. There's some good guys. In fact, here's a game a lot of women will run. They'll know they'll have a good guy, but put him on standby. And they'll say, well, we want to have our fun. Notice I said that. They want to have their fun beforehand. And they'll say that too. They say, no, we just want to have a good time. We don't want to settle yet. They can be some young women, like in their 20s, talking about, well, we want to have a good time first. We don't want to settle just for any guy. Okay, I always had to wait at that corner. They'll say, well, we want to have fun first. And they'll think that good guy is going to wait for them. Seriously, and shoot, that could be a whole other video right there. You got a lot of women who say that. They think that good guy is going to wait around for them. He's going to just deal with them while they have their fun. They get ran through or they go through a bunch of stuff and then they ready for the guy. They put on some weight or they not as beautiful, but they want that guy. They think that good guy is going to wait for them. And I've actually seen that. Like, I knew this guy. And he's a pretty good guy, but he actually knew this woman had dealt with a bunch of guys. But he still got with her. Had a baby with her. Though, looking back, he probably should have did a paternity test. Man, screw that. Like, if you're a genuine good guy, you ain't trying to hurt any women, don't be waiting on any women. Seriously, don't be waiting on any of them. If that woman ain't trying to holler at you right then at that moment, let her go. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how big or her breasts are or how nice her butt dunk is. Well, maybe she got thick thighs. Nah, not even that, though. Not even that. Fuck all that bullshit. And I do mean bullshit. These women know. They come up with all these excuses why they dealt with a particular guy. Fuck all that shit. Because they still have a choice in the matter. The guy, like I said, the guy ain't holding a gun to their head. They still got a choice. Even with their daddies. Or even with even men who got mommy issues. You know your mama wants shit. Don't get a woman just like her. Always make a choice. Be thinking like, I would just say this for the men listening especially. Always be thinking about who you're going to deal with no matter what. Don't have any excuses. And because these women know. These women know. And I ain't saying, look, let's, first of all, there's an abundance of women, so all of them ain't bad anyway. All of them ain't bad. And I've been saying that there's an abundance. Instead of worrying about that woman who got some issues, who can't make choices, you just move on to a woman who got some motherfucking sense. Who got some motherfucking sense. And even if she, you know what, get off that number system. Get off of that shit. Get a woman who got some sense. And if that woman, regardless of what she look like, can't appreciate everything you're bringing, you don't need her. You don't need her. And you don't get sad because of it. You just move on. You don't have time for it. You do not have time for that bullshit. You a good man, you working hard, you trying to build a legacy. She need to be in cooperation with your operation. You need to just move the fuck on. Alright? Seriously. And stop worrying about these women who choosing whoever. Don't even get mad at them. If they choose whoever, just be like, okay. But you don't be the cleanup man. And I've talked about that before. You don't be the cleanup man. You don't be the guy trying to save her. You don't have time. You don't have time. Now, people who follow me know I had that medical emergency. You don't know what might hit you. Shit, 2 seconds after I finished filming, I could get into an accident. Shit, having a stroke before means I'm always at a place where I can have a stroke. You gotta think the same way. Now, I would pray that people listening to me hadn't gone through anything, but just learn the lesson that I'm giving. You don't have time. You don't have time to play around. You're a good man. You're a man who is working hard. You staying out of trouble. Don't worry about these women who want some bad men. Like I said, they making a choice. They don't have to mess with them. They don't have to mess with them at all. They're making that choice to do with all the stuff that they're doing. Alright? Yeah. Go over here and get something. Go over here and get some food. It's Memorial Day. He's hanging out with the boys. Well, young men. I gotta call them young men now. Yeah. And get some stuff here. Yeah. Ain't gonna do much. I'm gonna be grilling like I used to. Wait a minute. Is that Is that Popo? Oh no, that ain't Popo. I thought that was Popo. I thought that was Popo for a second. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell y'all what. Let me tell you what. And these women be saying it, and you get some other women telling them, oh, don't leave these bad guys alone. They making a choice to do so. I mean, that's what it come down to. They choosing it. And they free to make that choice. You free not to put up with it. Like I would say, don't wait around for these women who don't appreciate who you are. That's the main thing. You're a good guy. You ain't trying to be bad. Most guys, and I've really found that out. I found that out in recent years of doing these videos. Most guys ain't trying to be player. Most guys just want to get a good woman who they can hang out with. And there's plenty out there. There really is plenty for guys who really want to do that. There's plenty of good women out there. You need to focus on it. All these women who want a bad man, hey, they making that choice. Let them make it. You don't worry about it. You do not worry about it, okay? All right? You go and do your thing. And make sure, like I said, make sure that woman is in cooperation with your operation. Indeed, as I always say, your main relationship is with yourself. So keep that going, all right? Keep that going. And then the woman who fits into your life. And if you run into these women talking about, well, I had this guy, look, Don't be that cleanup man. Don't be that saver hoe, whatever. Because at the end of the day, you got to worry about the woman who's going to help you, who's going to be an asset to you, who's going to help you to build, okay? And these other ones who want to deal with bad guys and all of that stuff, they free to do it. Let them go. No matter how good they look to you. Get up, like I've been saying in some videos. You gotta get past the looks. Yeah, I know we love looks. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but also see what's up here. Alright? And you got some women up here ain't right. Leave them alone. You don't have time for it. You do not have time for it. No matter what. Alright? So anyway, y'all have a good Memorial Day, and I'll get back with y'all tomorrow. Peace.